these agitators are having their demands. They are not, as our last guest here said, there are other people having their own, agitating for different things as well.
Yes.
I use the word low-hanging fruit. What can be done to, be like an entryway besides cleaning up Ogoniland? What else should be done? If years back you crossed a pipe to go ease yourself, what can be done? You can imagine the degradation that has been there so far.
One of the things is relocation of communities. A community where you have to build your houses or huts over pipelines, I think we must necessarily address it. Communities where such things happen, I would expect that the federal government of Nigeria should take it upon itself. Please, because of this, we want you to move into a safer area. It has happened when we built Kianji Dam, people were moved. So we can as well do that. There isn't too much land in the Niger Delta, creeks and all the rest of it all over the place. And I think land in itself there becomes really touchy in the sense that, people want to draw boundaries and say, this place belongs to me, that place belongs to me. These are issues that we must address consciously to stem the agitation we're having there.
Sorry to cut you here. Just let me, because I'm trying to see, we're still on solutions. Should we be talking about going back to the communities and see how much of effort or assistance we can get from the communities? Don't forget once some were approached to watch over some of the facilities, key infrastructure, national infrastructures within the region and even outside the region, perhaps giving contract to watch the pipelines and some other things. But today we just realized, according to the RYC president that was here, that almost all those tasks or contractual agreement with some people from the region to watch over such facilities have been terminated.
Yes. You see, watching over the pipelines was a problem that a president highlighted, and he addressed it. But is that really the best? If it is not the best and it is cancelled, what are we putting in place? I think it's a body of policies that needs to be put in place to ensure that we do not even have any reason to watch a pipeline. That's the very thing. That agitators are going in there, blowing it up and things like that. Why should that happen? What could have dissuaded them from even looking at a factor of destroying economic facilities? I think that's an area that the government should look at. It shouldn't be a matter of, because they are now building pipelines, we must move the military there, we must move this there, we must move the aircraft there to combat it. I don't think it's the right policy. Then, secondly, the people who are blowing up the pipelines themselves, if we know exactly what they have in line, because the community that you claim that you are fighting for, you are further destroying them. What the president is going to address in Ogoniland today has been there probably since 50s. And the solution that we are starting today by the president going there is going to take us 10, 20, even 30 years.
Let me get your comment on this.
To come to the end of it.
Because I think I heard you say something a bit similar. British Foreign Minister Philip Hammond, he's quoted to have said, I think this was published on the 16th of May, and that was while they had this, trying to see what it was called. There was a regional security conference in Abuja. So when they finished, on the sidelines, journalists met him and they asked him about the Niger Delta issue. He simply just said, look, it's obviously a major concern, but the answer or the idea that your answer is by moving big chunks of Nigerian army to the Delta simply doesn't work. He says the army did not have the capacity while fighting Boko Haram jihadists in the north. It won't deal with the underlying issues. Buhari has got to show as a president from the north that he is not ignoring the Delta, that he is engaging with the challenges in the Niger Delta. Is that similar to what you're saying?
That's right. That's right. It is similar to what I said. And I believe that that ultimately should be the solution. It is not the force. Yes, we may not necessarily withdraw the force, to deter those who want to take advantage of the criminal intentions of agitators. Because there is, my predecessor here just on this seat just said, we should distinguish between agitation and criminality. For criminality, it is not a one-time thing. You know, it's going to spread over a period of time, and you're going to involve probably the police to detect and try to apprehend before they cause damages. But ultimately, I still believe that we need to address the Niger Delta issue more frontally, and a series of actions that can dissuade anybody from ever thinking that the solution to their problem is to cause economic damage.
But how to then determine between criminality and agitation becomes another bone of contention. People will tell you, how do you determine that if you're not engaging the people in a dialogue? Because if you were, you'd have said, okay, well, now that we're discussing, if anyone blows up this, we can consider such a person as maybe in the realm of criminality.
Yes. When the government moves into an area of discussions and trying to establish things that will give the people confidence, give them a sense of belonging, and ensuring that nothing changes it, you know, because once it is put in as a policy and it's legalized and it's backed by law, it's not that another president will get there and just cancel it. So we must look at the issues that are very, very germane to the mind of the people. Take, for example, I understand that is it Niger Delta University or one of these special universities that was established there by President Jonathan has been cancelled. I don't think that is a right policy. That's a somersault. It should not have happened, because that is education. One of the things that is important in the Niger Delta is education. And anything that would take away from it should not be encouraged. I don't know, for whatever reason. The government might have its reasons for saying that university must stop. But sincerely speaking, because it is a university, I believe that there should be alternatives to stopping that university. Put that university there. If it needs improvement, improve it. If it needs changing staff, change it, but don't cancel it. Don't cancel it. That is it. You see, it is something that one has to be careful about. Nigeria is a mixed nation. We have nations in nation. And anything that is going to affect the sensibilities of a particular nation, don't touch it. If there's, for example, the government has one of the cardinal points of this administration is tackling corruption, which we all believe, which we all know has affected virtually everything in this country. So, if there's corruption in the university, of course, go after the corrupt ones. Even if it means sacking the entire staff, sack them and put in some other people. And put in a monitoring body to ensure that you don't have a repeat of whatever you might have detected there. But don't cancel the university.
And as they say, justice must not just be done, it must be seen to have been done. It must be seen
to be done. That's it. That's it.
All right, retired Brigadier General Olusegun Ajano is a security consultant. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you.
We'll be back in just a moment.